Okay, good morning, parents. This is Dr. Cubbin talking to you about science talented students, primarily sixth grade. It applies to eighth grade, but they're pretty much on track. They've done this before, they know what they're doing. So, a lot of students are a little confused as to what to do for sixth grade. And I'm going to help you out right here. So, it's not unusual to be a little lost in this class. It's a lot, and it's a different class than they've ever had or ever will have. I've gone over this material in class, explained it to the students. Some don't know, so let's see what we can do to clear it up. This class has been developed over the last 7, 8 years as a research and development class. It means that students are able to participate in a variety of contests and competitions throughout the year in which they'll do research. They have to, in other words, they have to research the entire contest or competition on their own, and they have to find out about when the material's due, when to register, when to submit, how to submit, what the guidelines are, all on their own. This is not hard. These websites and these contests are made for sixth through eighth students. And they have to develop and submit finished work, either to me or on their own to the website. In other words, they are going to actively compete in a science competition, which means that they have to do it all themselves. And they are going to, in the process, learn an awful lot about teamwork, academic competition, problem solving, organization, prioritization, time management, how to resolve issues, really, for the most part. This is why a lot of employers and colleges look for students who have participated in things like Future City, Science Olympiad, Exploravision, eCyber Mission, because colleges and employers know that if they've done this, then they've successfully figured out how to work with other people, and those are the ones they want on their jobs. Okay, so I've explained this to all the kids. They understand the whole thing. It was in the welcome book. I've sent out videos on it, but some students are still experiencing some confusion. If you hear some noise in the background, it's my crazy German Shepherd. He's a wild man, so he's making noises. So I'm going to help you clear this up right now. So students have three choices, major choices to do in the class this year, and at least up until February for two of them. Number one is Science Olympiad. If they get on the team, which we're only taking about 15 out of, I don't know, maybe 15 out of 60 students who took the test, that's all they're going to be doing all year long, just Science Olympiad the entire year. Because if they get on the team in sixth grade, we anticipate they'll be on in seventh and eighth as well, unless they decide not to do it again, which is, it's rare, but it does happen. The other two, Future City, they have to pick one. Pick Future City or Exploravision. I've sent out videos. I've given the links. I've given the website. I've done everything. I've shown the websites in class. I've explained to them. I've shown video. Some kids are still not getting it. They have to pick one of these. If they took the test and they don't get on the Science Olympiad team, they're going to be doing Future City or Exploravision, which is why I'm having everybody who is a sixth grader sign up in a group or a team for Future City and Exploravision. If they make it onto the Science Olympiad team, they have to tell their compadres that they're off Future City or off Exploravision, and they have to fill that spot. Then they're going to be doing Science Olympiad. If they don't make it on Science Olympiad, then they're on the team. So either way, everybody will be on one of these three hopefully by the end of this coming week. Let's talk a little bit about Science Olympiad. Science Olympiad is a major amount of investment, time-wise, study-wise, organization-wise. Most students who do Science Olympiad say that they do much more work for Science Olympiad than they do for schoolwork. Now, that's not a bad thing because middle school work is not what I would consider overly demanding or over rigorous once they leave school. So some of the students, I'll tell you right now, if they're on Science Olympiad, and if it's going to be too much, then you can talk to your son or daughter if they took the test. Some of the students, they study until 9 or 10, some till 11, some till 12, some till 1. Some of the eighth graders that we've had, they've pulled all-nighters. The middle school students pulling all-nighters to prepare for an invitational or a tournament or a competition. It's a lot, but the benefits gained are the same benefits that are gained when you are an Olympic athlete. You are in top shape physically, and these kids are in top shape academically. They are the best, and I always say it, they are the best and the brightest, or as Mr. Mahasib likes to tell our kids, they are the top of the food chain. They are the apex predators. They really are, and it's a wonderful thing. I don't if you're not into competition, this is not for you. Let's be honest. If you don't want to compete, I was never a big team player in high school. I always did academic. I always did individual sports, boxing, tennis, golf. So if you're not in for being on the team and working with the team, or competing academically in high stakes test, this is not for you. Choose Future City or Exploravision, and which are both great competitions, which I'm going to go through right now. Okay, so let's take a look at our next one, Future City. Future City, we have done so well in Future City. Last year we took second place. Uh, I would like my goal to be for the team to take first place. It would just really, really, we've been doing it about 7 years now. It would really be great. We've taken third place, we've taken fourth place, we've taken second place last year. Um, it's a great competition. I'll show you a little bit about it. They give us a theme. This year's theme is a waste-free future. So if you saw the message I sent out about putting a name into the forum, parents, feel free to put a name in there too. I see some recyclers, waste destroyers, some great names in there. So add a name to that forum, and then we'll use some of those. Teams will use the three principles of a circular economy to design a futuristic waste-free city. I told the kids I'd never heard of the term circular economy. I was a business major when I started college. I never heard of the term circular economy. But I assume, as I told them, that it involves all, residential, commercial, and industrial somehow in a cyclic pattern, being energy efficient or waste free. So let's take a look at Future City. Now, the kids can go on this. All the information's here. So I register the teams. I register the students. I register the teams. But they can go on here and they can find out all their information, what's going to be involved with doing the essay. They can click on any one of these and get more information. And not can, they have to. This is their job. If they need some guidance, I will mentor them, but I am not going to read this stuff to them. This is a research and development class. This is a high level class. That's why you're at Bay Academy. If you didn't want this, Mark Twain is right down the road. Okay, so I kid about that. Not really. So they would read through. These are all the components to the contest. This is it right here. So if they go back to the main page, and it's about the competition, and the deliverables are what they're delivering, what they're doing for the competition. And you have updates, you have all kinds of stuff, resources up here. The handbook is here. I'm going to give each team two handbooks. The students are going to have to pick a captain and a co-captain. There are a lot of people looking to do Future City. You pick a captain and a co-captain. By consensus, if you don't like what the captain's doing, sit down, have a talk. This is what these competitions do. They teach students how to really work towards a realistic goal. This isn't where we're figuring out who's going to fill in the worksheet in our group. This is figuring out who's going to be assigning or delegating responsibilities. So you're going to have a captain and a co-captain. So the captain and the co-captain are really going to be running the show. If they don't, then you talk to them and you can pick somebody else. I will not intervene in a group. Parents, if you want to, if you have the kids coming over or if you're working with them, that's fine. I will not intervene and say, you're no longer captain and you're going to be captain. They are less than 3 years out of a specialized high school in the New York City public school system, which are some of the top schools in the country. They need to learn this on their own. Okay, let's go to our next competition, Exploravision. I love Exploravision. I'm sure some of the parents already have heard about Exploravision and they know what it involves. It involves students taking a piece of technology and envisioning what it can do 20 years from now. Um, Such as, I told them, I said, when you look at your phone 20 years ago, who would have thought to put a flashlight in a phone? But that's an innovation that 20 years ago they could have said, oh, I want to put a flashlight in the phone. They would have been laughed at, but certainly nobody's laughing now. If someone said I'm going to be checking my glucose sugar levels with my cell phone or doing my EKG or ECG, heart monitoring, brain monitoring with my cell phone, who would think this? But this is what the groups are all about. They get together and they come up with ideas and they strategize. So they can't waste time in my class. If you get a message home that your son or daughter is wasting time in my class in science talent, they are bringing their whole group down, and that can't happen. This is a very important course for them. Okay. So they're going to do either Future City or Exploravision. Doesn't matter to me. But once they're in, they're in. They can always do something else again in eighth grade. It doesn't matter. But at least, if they do Future City, now they might do it. We have the eighth graders, a lot did Future City. Now they're doing Exploravision this year. I used to give, I used to give a lot more opportunities and options. This year, since we're still not fully live as we want to be, I limited the options. Just these three. If they don't get on Science Olympiad, they have to do one of these other two. E-Cyber Mission. E-Cyber Mission, they have, Exploravision, I will register them. E-Cyber Mission is a great contest. And if you see that the students, the sixth graders, got their thumb drives and their lit up magnifying lenses, that's from last year. That's from my students registering for eCyber Mission for last year. If you want, or if your son or daughter, this is mandatory that they have to register for this, and I'm going to put them on a team. Doesn't mean they're going to do it. The reason I'm having them do this is because it's important for them to know how to register for as many contests and options as possible. What I didn't put on here is I didn't put on future engineers. I should have put this on. So future engineers is also an option, but it's a short-term option. They could do this is a veteran pin design. This is not one of the two major ones. This is not. They have to do either Future City or Exploravision. These are extra. If they want to do like using Tinkercad and do a 3D printed file and enter the veteran's pin design, it's great. Future Creatures just comes down to anybody with artistic talent. They want to enter this. We've had students win both of these. We had a student years ago, I think I told the classes, win 3D printer. People have won money through this. New York NASA Texturize. It is due the beginning of November. They have about a month to get this together. I would love for a couple of teams for, say if a team is doing Future City, I would love for them to get an idea together. I will submit their proposal. This is new for future engineers this year. It's the one contest they're doing like this. And this is in addition to Future City or Exploravision. They don't have to do this. But any one of these would go a long way to really enhancing their understanding of science and academic contests and competitions. Veterans Pin is 3D printing. Future Creature is artistic. NASA Rise is a great contest, and if any team wants to do this, get a proposal together, and I have to submit it because they're not just taking anybody for this year because they get so many submissions. Oh, it looks like we're almost done with our time. Anyway, I think we are about finished. We are about finished. I only have a few seconds left. I hope that clears everything up. Students must be doing Future City or eCyber Mission if they're not on the Science Olympiad team. Okay, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. This is a 15-minute video, and it's worth every minute of watching. You have a great day, folks and students.